Well, the woman who created the FBI active shooter response program is reacting to that controversial response, much criticized response in Uvalde.
She's also speaking out about the increase in active shooter activity we've unfortunately seen in recent weeks. Spectrum BN9's Samantha-Jo has the story.
It was kind of like a gut punch because I feel like, oh my gosh, 10 years, and it's the same conversations that I had after Sandy Hook.
Retired FBI Special Agent Catherine Schweitz says she was shocked to learn police in Uvalde, Texas, didn't follow the training she designed for responding to an active shooter.
If shooting is underway, you go directly to the shooter, neutralize the shooter, period. Job one. Law Enforcement 101.
The top public safety official in Texas revealed officers had enough firepower and protective equipment to storm the classroom within minutes. But they still waited for over an hour to confront the shooter.
I felt that I needed to speak out and say, hey, look, you have the training in the law enforcement world, but maybe you're not training enough. And maybe you're not executing it in the right way.
We believe that the shooter went stagnant.
The training occurs in both a classroom and in real-life simulations. Schweitz says now is the time for police departments to reinforce protocols and secure the proper resources.
Training budget money is the first thing cut. It is a challenge to not have the right training for the law enforcement officers or to have a very minimal amount of training, which really doesn't give them the chance to, rinse and repeat.
She says school districts need to reevaluate how they advise students and staff to react when a shooter is on campus.
The federal government adopted a policy of run, hide, fight. But I think we're seeing the hide part trained in schools and not the run part.
There's been no criticism so far of the police response to Monday's shooting in Highland Park, Illinois, that killed 7 people. Police say the shooter plotted the attack for weeks. According to Schweitz, such planning is common.
Purchasing weapons and purchasing ammunition, purchasing gear and clothing that would allow them to go out and be a different person, a fatalistic attitude about life. They stop taking their medication. They stop doing their routine.
What do you have to say to people who may be seeing those signs, but it's a loved one, someone they really care about, and they're worried about turning them into police?
You have to think back to the idea that most of these people might be inclined also to commit suicide. In addition to that, 10% of them kill a family member before they do the shooting.
Schweitz says it's not enough just to be aware of the warning signs. The key is to report them. In Washington, Samantha-Jo, Spectrum News.